What's up, everyone? My name is Jeff, and today we're going to have fun playing Magic. At least I hope we're going to have fun, because we're playing Satsuki, the Living Lore, which I'm not sure how good this card actually is. It's an interesting one. Let's just put this here so we can see it a little bit better for a second. 2 mana, 1/3 Legendary Human Druid. You can tap it to put a lore counter on each saga that you control, activate only as a sorcery. So I'm trying to go full on sagas with this one. I also built this deck in a historic brawl version, which would be really fun. Let me know if you guys wanted to see more of those. Typically those don't get viewed as much, and so I don't do as many of the historic brawl stuff, but we could if you guys really want it. So we're trying to play as many sagas as we can, which standard does have tons of sagas, partly from Kamigawa, but also from the set that has Binding of Gods, Kalheim? I can't remember. Anyway, but Binding of Gods is a busted saga, and I was just thinking it would be really cool to be able to use Satsuki with this. Yes, it's not amazing for the fact of being able to add extra saga counters to Binding of Gods, but being able to ramp the same turn that you destroy something, pretty decent. Being able to put Death Touch to my creatures on the next turn afterwards, pretty decent as well. The other thing too is that if ever Satsuki dies, we get to bring a saga back to our hand, which being able to bring back Binding of Gods back to your hand over and over and over again, so good. The other thing too is if we just end up having like three sagas out in the battlefield all at once, we get to do some pretty busted stuff. First off, if we ever have a Kami of Transience and enough enchantments out in the battlefield, then we get to put a Michiko Reign of Truce ability on the stack where we get to put Kami of Transience onto it. If we have a Weaver of Harmony, doubling up that trigger is super busted. We've seen that go off before, but then if we can double it up again with Satsuki, it's almost always just the game. So that does require lots of things on the battlefield, you know, but it's all the things that we have in the deck as 4-ups. Weaver of Harmony, Kami of Transience, Michiko, and then Satsuki, we can kind of go off with this. I also have other ways to kind of have more removal. Life of Toshiro. This is a card that I'm hoping works out well, where between Weaver of Harmony and Satsuki, we can have the, you know, target creature gets -1/-1 twice, can kill lots of things. Just gaining 4 life with it could be really powerful. Being able to make this happen more, being able to, you know, flip this over to the other side. It's not amazing because we're not casting it into sorceries, but we get to have a 2/3 on the battlefield, which can be nice. Weaver makes it bigger. And then we could also just use this as the buff. We can also just give creature +2/+2. And, you know, give +6/6 potentially if we have enough different ways of buffing it up to give Kami of Transience, our trample guy, a bunch of damage, or Jukai, whatever, just to be able to get tons of life gain swing. So we have removal, we have buff, we have a bunch of creatures that can flip around with all of the extra value that we get from sagas in general. So it's creatures that give you tons of value, especially if we have Weaver or Satsuki to be able to kind of make it go a little bit faster. And so that's kind of the game plan. Restoration of Eiganjo to make sure that we can get a bunch of our 2-drops. Since our deck is all 2-drops, we should always have a way to get a good 2-drop on the battlefield for free with that. I have as a 3-of because I am playing 3-color. I didn't want to go too heavy with my basic planes to really make that work. But it still is good. It ramps us up. Instead of Hallowed Haunting, allows us to have a little bit less lands. And the deck is at 61 cards because I just barely added in 1 extra Jugan. Because I wanted it, and I don't really know what else to cut because everything else should be where it's at. So just to test it out and see how fun this can be, you know, actually we're going to add in 1 more land, in fact, and we're going to go with Aghanim's Awakening. Like all of our modal lands that I would like to go for don't work as well, but, you know, let's go Sheltered. Shelter to be able to give other things a chance to buff up with Michiko and everything besides just our trampoline dude. Maybe we can give something Shelter so that protection so we can get in for damage, and that gives us 1 more land. 62 cards. Let's see how it works for us. Wish me luck. Here we go. All right, not too shabby at all here. We do have a tapped land on turn 3. We have so many 2-drops, so I'm debating if I want to just go Generous Visitors, Kami of Transience, and try to find a 2-drop enchantment to play on turn 2, play these out slower. We'll see, because Visitors into Kami is so good, but we do have a couple of these tapped lands to work with this. Now that we have 2 of those in hand, I'm going to play out 1 of them at least to get us to Kami and to Jugan is pretty good. Maybe just as Visitors here, play this out, and then we can play better stuff than its next turn. We shall see. Weaver of Harmony. Yeah, we're going to go Generous Visitors. Another tapped land. I do like the idea of being able to hold on to Boseiju. So if I do find more lands, again, we're only 22 lands. So what we're finding here may be the only things we find for a while. Binding of Gods can help us ramp up, of course. Jugan can help us ramp up. So holding on to lands, getting them out and not having to be too slow is beneficial. Not going aggro is, of course, annoying. But we have Portable Hold to kill that. Alright, so... I have Boseiju, which can kill this as well. I think I'm just going to go for Jugan here. Ramp ourselves up. Be able to play more things. We're going a little bit slower, which might be our downfall. But being able to play multiple things on one turn can be very, very good. Counter there. Yeah, playing out the Boseiju. I don't want board wipe to happen right after we play out some other stuff, but I do want to get out Kami of Transience. I can go Michiko onto this guy. Weaver would be better, but that just plays so heavily into the board wipe right now that it's pretty bad. Yeah, I'd rather have Weaver come down after we get some other guys down. So counter onto Kami, just something that can be good, even if there is some sort of board wipe. Swing in for 2, get in some damage. Down to 18. No Wandering Emperor. Good to see. All right. Setting up for board wipes, I'm assuming. They could have Vanishing Verse. We don't have any kind of protection, which is a little bit scary. And so I want us to hold on to Binding of Gods to kill this after the board wipe. So right now we play things that won't... I guess Kami of Transience comes back to hand if they have board wipe. So we'll play this out as well. Decline. Michiko. All right. So if they do have Vanishing Verse... I want them to kill this instead of my Kami, because Exile, of course, not what we're looking for. Eternal Grasp. Okay. In that case, it would have been better to have on the Kami, but whatever. We still get the damage. Dealt. Down to 12, pass turn. Let's see that board wipe. We get to bring the Kamis back to hand if it is just board wipe, though. Totally fine. Doom Scar. There it is. Take action, take action. How much do I care about this portable hole? We haven't seen a Satsuki, which is normal. You don't always find those things. I can go with Generous Visitor's Kami of Transience set up for a massive turn, but this is definitely just a board wipe, right? So I think it's just double Kami of Transience. If it is board wipe, we have an enchantment here on the battlefield. So we're still pressuring. They're going to have to board wipe and spin up their turn doing that. Hopefully. And hopefully they don't have a chance to have anything else here. Yeah, board wipes are fine. That's getting removal out, that they're only really killing one thing, making us respend our mana. Not fun. But it's, yeah, it's fine. And if they ever feel like, you know what, I'm fine, I don't have to play anything this turn, that's when we just go off and destroy. See, so they probably have Wandering Emperor this turn. I can play out Generous Visitor's Weaver of Harmony and get in for tons of damage. But then everything goes wrong. This is definitely board wipe, right? Do I put anything else on board? If they have Wandering Emperor, they exile one of these Kamis. Definitely Wandering Emperor. What's our best play? Wandering Emperor into board wipe. It might just be attacking and not doing anything. Maybe Binding Old Gods to kill the Wandering Emperor afterwards. It's not amazing, but I think that's what we do. Yeah, so Wandering Emperor kills one of the Kamis. That's fine. Down to 9. Binding. Kill the Wandering Emperor. Force the board wipe. Then the next turn, Satsuki and Weaver of Harmony is actually pretty decent. I'm looking for one more land so I can play Generous Visitors as well. Then we're hoping they don't find another board wipe. Two's enough. Don't have more. Yep, Kami comes back to hand. Bank Buster. Cool, cool, cool. Big action. Get a free land. Oh man, do they have another board wipe? We haven't seen Mihawk Massacres yet. We haven't seen Farewells, all those kinds of things, but boom, bam, rebuilt. If they have Mihawk Massacre, how big can they make it? X3, so we put the counter onto Kami. Unless they have land and Mihawk Massacre. They haven't hit a land for a while, so good possibility. Oh, and blue mana. Okay, that's surprising. So it could be a bunch of like counter spells and stuff that they've just had dead this whole time. Kaito is actually not too bad for us, but can draw into other things. The flippin' nice. Goodness. They always have everything. It's so annoying. That's where I actually wanted to have the... Well, Satsuki's pretty good now, I guess. Because now if it dies, we get to bring back the binding at least. Just playing out all of our lands, all of our stuff. We've drawn... too many lands now. Should have held on to this to get rid of, I don't know, something. Yeah, I mean, we played around 3 board wipes the best we could. And the fact that we still have things happening here is pretty good. Come on, a saga off the top. Our deck is so full of sagas. Alrighty, thank you. All right, this is actually huge. Being able to put the extra counter onto this is really big because now I can discard this plains, get rid of you, and bring back something from the graveyard that I want. Michiko is pretty dang awesome. Yep. Hit for 5. Can't go at the Kaito. This is exactly how we wanted to build that up. So like, this is where it becomes really cool. Being able to just get extra value out of the sagas, that was actually really legit right there. Gets attacking, gets to draw more stuff, looking for more board wipes. We get to bring creatures down on this next turn.
There's no secret I can't uncover.
We get to flip this around, so they're gonna have to have more board wipes, more things. They're down to 4, but they're at a place with 5 cards in hand where they can really start turning things around. The issue here is if they go for a Farewell. We've seen 3 Doomskars, so that means they probably only have 1 Farewell in the entire deck. If they find it here, I'm going to be a little bit pissed off because that is ridiculous odds to find it as well. Mihawk Massacre, a little bit more understandable. I don't like it, but it's more understandable. Saga from graveyard to hand. Jugan can be pretty good just to have a way to kill stuff, but I think we need to go binding. It's what we came to do. Oh, don't give me a flipping land right there. That's annoying. We do not need another land right now. I think it's killing Kaito. Bankbuster could be annoying, but Kaito's the one that's giving him the more card advantage, more value. Getting rid of the portable hole, not needed yet.
Time to go.
Come on, stop drawing lands. We do shuffle pretty often with this deck with different things that we're doing. And so the odds become a little bit funky, even though we have a lot of lands. Lolth. Yeah. In trouble.
My will cannot be denied.
Another Satsuki is not the worst. So they double block this. They get to play out more spiders again, potentially in the next turn. But we get a token. I can return it back from the graveyard potentially as well. Let's This is one of the best things for us to be returning back from the graveyard as well. So let's go ahead and swing in. They might just take this too. I doubt it, but offer him the double block. Yep. That's fine. The issue here is the Mihik Massacre. They get to deal 2 to us and they get to gain life.
I will cull the weak.
Last turn. Kami comes back. That's the other good value there. We get a lot of stuff back from graveyards. Farewells absolutely annihilate us, but we get a lot of value back from graveyards, which has been pretty sweet. So yeah, oh, they draw here. That's what I was hoping to see, is that they end up going for the draw instead of making the spiders, which gives us a good chance to kill the Lolth. Mary's Call. Not a good chance. Terrible chance to kill the Lolth. Although all of our stuff getting Death Touch here is not the worst. All right. Our stuff getting Death Touch is interesting. Oh, this Lolth is really annoying. Counter there. I really would have liked this for the spider's turn. You get +2/+2. I guess I could put everything onto Michiko. We go at face here. We have the Kami of Transience next turn. If we force a board wipe, it's a little bit annoying. They get more life gain from this Mihik Massacre. We kill this and they're just able to create the spiders just fine. Going at face, they might let one through. That's my biggest thing, is if they let one creature through, then it could actually be pretty beneficial for us. So that Kami could potentially win on the next turn. But 4 or 5 cards in hand, I'm not sure if we have a shot. Swing him there. Cruise up the Bank Buster. Smart play. Although I feel like the card draw would be better, but they at least get to keep a creature on board this way to hit in. These don't have vigilance, do they? No, they don't. Down to 17. Holding on to this so we can discard stuff for restoration whenever we need to. Things in for 4. Board wipe. Okay, is that a farewell? Nope, they just have enough stuff. So they have a 4/4. Oh, come on. We do not need to be drawing more lands right now. It's so bad for us. I can swing Kami of Transience in at Lolth. And it's not enough. Goodness, we really needed an enchantment right there. We have drawn so many lands. Yeah, for only being 22 cards deep, and our deck only having 22 lands with 62, no, whatever. Anyway, it's just too many. I can't cause this to die by myself. So I do get to kill Lolth here. And that's our play. Everything at Lolth. Flip and Wandering Emperor. Yeah, okay. We didn't find anything that turn. It's just over. Oh, that was... We had a really good start. Not really good start. We started really slow. And that was the issue. Finding all of our tapped lands. It's okay. We were able to rebuild lots of time. Them finding 4 board wipes. That's the issue. All right, not a bad hand. We would like more lands than this at some point, but pretty sweet start. So keeping this, as long as we can keep the Kami around, I guess. Treeline go, pass turn. Oh, this is also a tapped land here. I was thinking that was an untapped land. What we got? Yeah, a little bit awkward. Oh well. We have a lot of tapped lands. This deck does that. No discard stuff. That's at least something. Well, visitors, transients. Let's hope they can't kill both of them. Next turn, Mihik Massacre or something. Okay. Infernal Grasp. That's fine. Land for Hallowed Haunting. And that gives us a really good chance of actually winning this game, because they typically don't have as much removal for enchantments. So getting out Hallowed Haunting, very swell stuff. All right, they've taken 4, getting rid of our creatures. Some of them can even come back, so I'm not terribly worried. I don't like playing Michiko without something to be able to attack in with, but it's what we're left with. Mihik Massacre sometime soon would be annoying. Board wipes are annoying, but we rebuild this board. Huzzah. Yeah, there's a Massacre. On 2, so they didn't find the land. That is huge. Very, very good. Binding to kill this, for sure. We want this off the board, because we know that they do have a chance of having other things. The blood in the snow, other kinds of board wipes, and everything dying, getting them life. No, 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 no. Not about that life. All right, Shadow's Verdict. What the? Dude, that's still a card that people play? When did that happen? Not happy about that. Go Satsuki. Will this even have targets? Or will it just get discarded? Having the ability to create more dudes would be nice, but we'll pass. Another Mihik Massacre. All right, nothing in the graveyard to bring back, which is a little bit annoying. Actually, wait, no. We do have Saga card from graveyard to hand, because we have Michiko. Cool. Binding, kill the Mihik Massacre again. With the other one in hand, I would like to save this for the Planeswalkers, but stopping them from gaining life is very important. So as many of these we get off the board, it's a little bit better. Lolth. Shambling. Gassed.
What happens when the spiders squash back? Aren't I generous?
All right, so Blood in the Snow is still scary. We have Circle of Confinement and Binding the Old Gods to kill Lolth. Debating if I can kill Lolth anyway. I only have 1 attacker, which is a little bit awkward. Get rid of you. The issue with getting rid of Lolth and not just hitting... Well, I guess the point is we get to hit at face. Yeah, so get rid of Lolth.
At least there is
Swing in.
blood on your hands.
They can kill it if they want to. Double block, then they get to not actually kill anything else, so that's fine. Just chomps, grabs a treasure. So yeah, Blood in the Snow is bad, but we at least have the ability to rebuild. And the closer we get to having 7 enchantments that stay on the battlefield, these of course don't stay, is the issue. Deadly Disputes. Didn't go after the treasure, very surprising. I guess now they have the ability to go for Blood in the Snow if they have the mana. So that's probably what they're shooting for. X3 on the Mihik Massacre. Dude, they have found so many of those. I hate when I can't find any of the things I really need in a deck when they find all the things they need in like the top, 12 cards of the deck. So frustrating. Kami of Transience. This at least will come back if things die. All right, so they have to have board wipe number 5. They've had so much removal, it's ridiculous. I mean, that's what this deck does. It's board wipe central, so there is a chance for it, but there's also Shambling Gas, Infernal Grass, Deadly Disputes, all these other cards that should be okay. Brings back a Lulth to hand. Just so much action. Stop it. Lulth. Okay, come on, give me,
Darkness will swallow.
that's okay. I'm looking for a rejection, whatever it's called. The thing that brings stuff back. Our stuff has Death Touch. Weaver of Harmony. This is a lot of damage I can get dealt to face. And I know that they have ways to bring back this Lulth anyway. So I'm wondering if it's better just to do this. They get to kill one thing, maybe double block kill it. They can play spiders out again. It may go to the graveyard. Avoiding them being able to do... But being able to get Kami of Transience to hit in for damage is huge. Very important. If we find another Michiko off the top with Weaver, it's game over if they don't have another board wipe. So I want to get their... I want to get damage dealt to face. It's a little bit risky. They only block 1. That was actually what I was hoping for. That's kind of surprising, actually. Because if they found ways to bring it back, having it, I guess, yeah, going for the card draw is good.
But we will catch you.
Blood in the Snow is to bring back Shambling Ghast. Eye Twitch.
Subservience will
Take action, bring this back. Dude, we're up against so many people that just have board wipes for days, and it's ridiculous. I like Shelter, but we can't dodge board wipes with that. We're almost through half their deck, so Shadow's Verdict's probably coming at some point here. Last turn. Not an enchantment. We did not find an enchantment. We have not found so many of our good things. We have found a lot of our good things too, though, I guess, but just the amount of things they have had has been ridiculous. Shadow's Verdict is so good in this format. Yay, they found another bad card. And they found the most busted card of all time. Oh, I hate you so much. It's probably a one of. They've dug pretty deep to find it, but still. Come on. Dude. The running is so insane. Okay, Jugan defends the temple, which creates a guy that just immediately dies on the end step. But we have to create stuff. We have 2 spirits, so this can get bigger. Protection from black, kill Lulth. Don't have any chance of hitting in face, but I think our best chance is just to find a way to go off with multiple things on one turn. So we need to find Restoration, be able to hit like multiple spells. So I think that we're going to try for a couple more turns here. Put this on black. It might actually protect it from this Toxtril as well. I'm not sure how that works out. Hit the Lulth. Kill the Lulth. At least stop them from drawing 2 cards a turn. Can we beat a Toxtril? I don't think so. But having Hallowed Haunting, making all of our guys keep getting bigger, does give us a shot. As long as we can play 2 spells in a turn at some point, which we don't really have a lot of card draw except for when things die. Our 4th Binding of the Gods would be awesome for the Toxtril. Kill this. All right, it gets. That's right. It's 2 per turn because it's so insane. We found the card we needed. That is good. I still am not sure if it's enough. Fast turn, we get to bring back what? Satsuki so that we can get the Binding of the Old Gods before they kill us. The issue is now they can start attacking with all these slugs. And they can just sacrifice them to draw. They actually don't have blue mana for that. I guess they do with the treasure. Why would you not attack him with a Toxrill too? Dude, it's a 7/7. Attack him with a flippin' dude. All right, the issue with blocking here is that my guy dies. Which, yeah, we're gonna say no blocks. Fever of Harmony. That does buff up our guy to keep it around for an extra turn or so. Although this will die soonish. All right, what can we bring back? It's gotta be Satsuki. Okay, this comes back to the battlefield. I guess I should have had that resolve first so I could have put counters onto this. Oh well, I do want Satsuki to actually die though. 6. Oh, I can actually put counters here. So X3 here. Ah, man. Take action, X3. All right, we have a little bit more of a shot now than we did before. No attacks. The Shambling Ghast. Oh yeah, because everything is modified because the neg 1 counters, Revenant becomes an 8/8. So we did find the counter to the Toxrill with our deck. The issue now is just the inability to really do much more than this. So we get a block, we get a block, we get to block. The negative from this would hurt us, so we don't block there. We take 2, or take 1, excuse me. We take a bunch from that, which is an issue. We need to find a way to gain life. We have those cards in the deck. I apparently can't find them, but we do have them. All right, return this to battlefield transformed. All right, I do want to put counters onto this guy as well. So we're going to put 4 onto this, I believe. I want this to be big. Big enough I can kill a Toxrill on defending on the next turn. So I think just 4, because I want to put 2 on the other guys to come in. I can double up the triggers with this, huh? I might actually want to be going a bit more aggressive here soon-ish. Oh, right, I forgot I needed to spend the 3 mana for this still as well. Oh, well. I should have made a copy of that. Decline. Wait, this guy needs to... Oh, right. Take action X1. I should have made an extra copy of the Spirit, because then I could have actually guaranteed the win here. Either way, though, we are still attacking in for 6 with Trample. All right, what do they have to block? They have to block here to not be dead, I believe. No, they just have to chump 1 of them to not be dead. They gain life if any of our stuff dies. This will die if I block, if it gets blocked. So we just go like this turn. I don't want them to have stuff that are... Yeah. More things that die that have a -1 counters on them is bad for us because of the Toxrill. They chump block a Trample, dude. Good job, you. They go for the Learn effect here, though, which is annoying. So maybe I should have waited 1 more turn. Gets to bring back the Lolth. Kind of surprising there. Okay. We get to go grab... What's in our graveyard? Okay, we do have bindings there. Browser, Saga, binding. We have an answer for Toxro. So all of these counters on these, they're no longer -1s once Toxro dies. So that's good. And for the past gets to bring back the Lulth. Surprised they didn't go for removal on the Remnant here. I guess 2 creatures are dying here.
Envy the strong. Aren't I generous?
All right, if they can have our guys die enough, they can get enough life. If they can swing in aggressive enough to have enough things die here, we do lose. But I think that we're okay. Any of our guys that die create slugs for them. Do they come in tapped? No, it's slugs so they can actually be blockers as well. So our biggest thing is we have to keep this Remnant alive. Dude, I think we're coming back from this. Oh man, they had, was it 4 or 5 board wipes to begin with, and then a Lulth, and then a flippin' Toxro, which is basically another board wipe. Insane. This has been absolutely insane. Swings with everything. Killing this means that the -1 counters won't affect stuff afterwards at the end step. So we're okay to block some things. We want our bigger things to block here. I'm debating if I even want to kill this Gentleman Gas. I don't think so. Because I think they want to be able to kill our guys. Like these dudes here. In response and gain more life from everything else. So we take 2. And then we're taking 3 more. We're down to 3. I think that's fine. Oh, we create another 1/1. Which, still fine. Okay, as soon as Toxel dies, everything, all these -1 counters are no longer -1 counters to us. Sacrifices the draw. I mean, if they find something amazing here, that is bad for us.
Get what I want.
Please don't be something amazing. Instant speed removal is so bad for us. If they just top decked into that, ugh. We can't catch a break. But the thing is, they have to kill the Architect instead of the... But the Remnant is what's killing them on the next turn, so... We still might be in okay shape. Dude, this game has been insane. March of Otherworldly Light. Whoa, goes for the life gain. But still, it's gone, so now everything, all of our stuff gets bigger again. We get to bring back a Kami of Transience. Our stuff is no longer flying until... So that one gets something, and we'll go here. Why not? Binding of Gods kill Mihik Massacre. Making sure I can do this the right way. What do I have to kill? We get to go wide enough. I think we're fine. But just in case. Binding. Yep, get our spirits to go wide. I probably could have played Kami first, but it doesn't really matter here. Yeah. When it's dead. This, I think, also gave our guys flyers, so they got rid of one less... They had one less blocker after that point. So, dude, that was good. Up against True Blunts, all the tap lands again. This deck does have a lot of those, but we should be fine. Keep this. That does make Azusa's Many Journeys a little bit more awkward, having all of these tap lands, but there's the occasional time we don't, and then it becomes super powerful. All right, so Farmland go. Pass the turn. Untap land. Nope. Tap land go. Pass turn. Jukai into Azusa's. Hopefully find a land off the top. Would be amazing. It also goes Circle of Confinement. Also amazing. Tap land. Yeah, let's go for the Azuzas first, I believe. So yeah, No, 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 no. Tap white there. Getting the Circle of Confinement could be really nice. I think I want to ramp instead. So blue, yeah. But Naturalist, many journeys. If this was an untapped land, it would be amazing. I could go for Circle of Confinement as well. That's where this becomes super powerful with this card when we're playing a lot of tap lands, whatever. But all the dual lands can be really powerful. Occasionally. Maybe. Eventually. No blocks. Down to 16. All right, so this is a Spell Slinger deck. Good to know. So Smoldering Egg is a big possibility, as well as Maniform Hellkite, and then Goldspan Dragon. Yep. All right, so we actually do want to get lands out of this deck. So playing Binding can give us some extra value, but I do think I'm just gonna kill it with this right now. Last turn. Getting enchantments that stick on the battlefield is also decent for some of our other cards. Michiko. Yeah, there's some other cards that are decent with that. Cemetery Illuminator. Exile card from graveyard. We don't really like that for our deck. Do we think that they have more ways to bounce stuff? Because Binding is really awesome for some of their other plays. Yeah, whenever they have something 3 or less, I'm still going to be using the Circle of Confinement. Get you. Last turn. Azusa, pretty decent card. It's at least a 3/3. If we have a Weaver of Harmony, it gets in as a 4/4, and that probably gets through all of the stuff that they might have. So they're okay with the trade-off. No blocks. We only have 1 card in hand. This is our only thing on board. So we take the damage onto 16. We're okay trading off here. Ooh. Saving the Binding Old Gods till the next turn now. If this stays alive. Ooh. Super good. All right, so they have Fading Hope, it looks like. Attack in. Fading Hope here, which I'm fine with. Because we get the extra life gain from it. Oh man, how greedy do I get? I'm greedy. All the greed in the world. We're going to try to keep this Weaver of Harmony alive. We're hoping they don't have the Play with Fire or something to kill it there. Reckless Stormweaver makes me think that they're playing a little bit more just like, is it mid-range? So they should have more creatures. There it is. So now this Binding is amazing. And luckily I don't get to do 2 damage to everything, which would have been super bad. Yeah, so much damage, no blocks, but double Binding. And another Weaver, also good. Resolve. Binding. Heal you. Heal you. Honestly, going into Abzan just for the Selesnya deck, I really feel like Binding should be in that deck anyway. The issue is making the land base even worse and even harder to make work. But if you're just splashing into it, you can just use the pathway lands for those. And just as long as you get like 1 black source, you can always play like 1 or 2 of these just to find the occasional way to find black mana. Like overall, it works out great. We have way too many lands. Can I double this up? Which, well, it still is just its card, so I don't think doubling this up actually creates an extra token for us, does it? Oh, yeah, I don't think it would work. Finding extra lands from our deck could be somewhat nice. Getting it for damage, I'm not sure is super useful at the moment. So we're just going to go ahead and search for extra stuff. I would rather get more of these out of the deck. And hopefully we top deck less lands along the way. Board wipe of some sort is a possibility. Crush the Weak is only 2 damage though. Cinderclasm I believe is only 2 even if it's kicked. Or is it 3 if it's kicked? I can't remember. Thundering Rebuke. Okay. One removal spell. Somewhat okay. Generous Visitors. Resolve. Attack in. Down to 14. Do I want to hold on to stuff in hand until I can actually cast more things? I'm feeling like they're more targeted removal, but they've got to have some sort of Crush the Weak at some point, right? It could also be the I don't think they're going to go for the Giants deal 5 to everything. Maybe Burn Down the House, though, as like a 1 or 2 of. So Bloodthirsty Adversary. We get to gain life because they cast it and it's a vampire. Totally forgot about that effect. Sweet stuff. All right, so Thundering Rebuke. They get to kill there. It's a hit in for 3. No blocks. Down to 10. Satsuki. Am I racing or am I trading here? I'm hoping for just better top decks, right? So I think I'm just racing. Down to 11, pass turn. We know that they have pretty scary stuff, so racing might be a bad plan, actually, because they have some scary wolfuses. But I'm not sure if we'd be able to do much with that anyway. All right, card in hand, because it's not immediately going to play here. So they might have like one more removal spell. They're just debating what's the best thing to kill. Satsuki dying is actually great for us. Being able to bring back... which one would we actually want to bring back? Binding of Gods does remove stuff for us, but being able to like double up the gain 3 life could be better. They had that this whole time. They were just like, should I play this? Why in the world would you not play that card? I guess the double binding or double circle or whatever. Those circles don't actually do it. Down to 2. Down to 2. This dying is actually what we want, huh? Yeah, so block there. And we get to go grab the Binding of the Old Gods and double kill. So return Saga from graveyard to hand. Yeah. Yep, that's what we wanted from Satsuki. So binding. I liked Satsuki for the sake of it being able to die. The best thing you do is die. Michiko, I could play for the next turn. Getting it flipped around is actually really good for us. It's a good blocker, so we want this flipped around as soon as possible. Even if it means we don't get in the damage the next 2 turns, which could be lethal if they don't top deck good stuff, but I'm expecting them to top deck something decent. So this can just come around as a 4/4, 5/5 potentially if we find something else. Although this will go away as well. Generous Visitors. All right, well, let's keep searching our library for more things. That's all of our forests are gone. Well, we need a blocker at the very least in case they find more of these guys. Mascot Exhibition. Terrifying. Our stuff gets Death Touch. The flyer is a little bit annoying. Okay. We've been able to somewhat stabilize. They just keep top decking things, you know? Just draw another land one of these turns. You've actually found quite a few lands, but still, another. Another, please. No more Arsonists. Do they have real eruptions as well? Trying to see if they have any direct damage or if it's mostly targeted removal. Kind of surprised that they would be playing so much target removal over direct damage, although it's been working for them. All right, so we block you. We double block you. We try not to die. We have to find a way to survive. This can flip around and block, which is nice. Man, is there any other way we can gain life or do whatever? Jukai Naturalist. This deck, their deck has enough direct damage though that we are a little bit nervous. The card that we haven't ever found before. Okay. We go that route, which actually is still fine with me. Okay. All right, another blocker is at least something. We can also make the remnant, second remnant, be bigger. Direct damage kills us. Yeah, really surprised they didn't just go for dealing the 2 damage to our face. I feel like that's such a smarter play. Because now that they see we don't have anything of any kind of flyer, they would have been lethal in the next turn. I mean, potentially keeping another threat around is also nice, but we already had the answer for that threat, so now we have flyers hit the battlefield. Should have waited for this to flip around. I keep doing that the wrong way. I needed to have this stick around. Oh, that was frustrating. So I could put the 2 counters there. Yeah, whatever. At least Kami can come back this way. Take action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not tapping down the Elfie dude. Good. Swinging with you now. I think they have to chump block. They have removal, and then 2 damage. We're dead. Take the 3. Last turn. Come on, top deck of flipping land. All right, the card that I wanted to see that we have not seen, I think, in any of these 3 games is the Black Saga that gains us life 2 turns in a row. It would have been so nice here. So nice. We got to have Azusa hit a couple times, which was nice. Like this deck is feeling solid. I really like how it's playing out, but there's a few cards that we just need to hit more of. And the issue is we don't have tons of card draw. We just have card advantage, but not really card draw, which still causes problems. All right, this deck is super fun. A little bit awkward in some cases. You know what? We needed more lands in this deck. I really don't know why I wasn't running more lands because everything was in 2 drops, but I went up to 62 cards and still kept it at 22. I meant to go up to a couple more lands along the way here as well. Like we should have added in 2 more of those guys or added in a black source or whatever else. Anyway, the deck was fun. Life of Toshiro is a card that I was hoping to find in those decks. There was actually plenty of times it would have been really nice. Be able to kill Loth Spiders, be able to kill the flyer at the end, be able to just gain life if we need it. We did find it one time, and we were able to pressure, I guess, in the game that we did end up winning. So, you know, it actually did work for us. The one time we found it was good. So I was actually surprised how powerful this was. I think we ended up finding everything in this deck, and it did work for us every time we found it. So Satsuki, sweet card. Absolutely liked it. It brings back so much stuff from our deck when it does die. We don't have any way to sacrifice it. We don't have any way to kind of do those types of things. I guess another card that could be useful is like a Meat Hook Massacre. Because so many things are dying and we could be okay with sacrificing some of our creatures to one of these just to have another way to remove a wide board. Because that was the issue. We kept running up against wide boards that was harder for us to deal with. And we were okay with some of our stuff dying, but we could only rebuild so many times. We did it a lot, but yeah, that was amazing how often we're rebuilding with this deck. Anyway, that's the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.